First off, let me start off by saying that this is not a doom and gloom video. This is an honest video. This is a real video. This is a warning. This is a video that needs to be said. Dare I say, this is probably my most important video I've made so far this year. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So you all saw the title. The end is near. Prepare now. What am I talking about? Do I mean the end of the stock market? Do I mean the end of the world? What do I mean? I'll tell you, ladies and gentlemen, the end of the 2021 bubble, the end of the speculative stocks, the end of the unprofitable trash YouTube stocks is near. The end game is here, and many of those stocks are going to die and never come back. So let's get into it. So global stocks have lost $2.7 trillion in market cap last week as U.S. GDP surprisingly declined, as many of you guys saw in the headlines. Now, many of you guys know if we get another decline next quarter, we will be officially in a recession. Some people even predicting that we are currently in one now. We just don't know it. Now, we also saw mixed results from the FANG stocks, and that wasn't good either. So now let's put it all full circle. You've got mixed results. You've got mixed results in the FANG stocks, right? We now have recession fears, as well as persistent concerns that the Fed will still aggressively raise rates. And you also have this issue of inflation. All of this combined could spell very bad for the market and your wealth in the short term. But it could have long-term implications too. So what do I want to say? You've got the negative GDP. You've got FANG stocks with mixed earnings. That's not good. You've got recession fears because of the negative GDP. And you've got a Fed that could continue to be hawkish. And then the other thing we know is that Americans overall are definitely fearful. And you can see this by looking at the Google Trends, where we can clearly see that searches for the term recession have been skyrocketing recently. That's not good, because that means that within the psyche of the general public, you have this negative sentiment, and the overall public is starting to believe that we're probably going to get a recession, and they're starting to get fearful about it. So I think that is another thing that needs to be discussed here. So in May, what do we have? We've got CPI data. We've got the Fed FOMC. Those are the catalysts. And then we have the jobs report. Those are the three main catalysts that we have in May. And I'm here to tell you, ladies and gentlemen, they could all be bad. And if they're all bad, the market is going to die. And let me tell you something interesting. Does this mean that your stocks are necessarily going to die? Not if you're in good companies. No. They may die in the short term, but they'll come back. You buy an index fund, you buy the S&P 500, you buy the total stock market. It may die temporarily, but it will come back. This is a warning to everybody who still has speculation in their portfolio. Okay? Because I'm here to tell you guys right now, I don't know what the future holds. But if it gets bad, and if it gets worse, and if we are in a recession, all those stocks are going to die. Okay? And like I said, I'm not a macroeconomics expert. I'm not going to get on here and tell you guys, I think we're going to get a recession. I don't think we're going to get a recession. I don't freaking know. I'm not an economist. I'm not a Yahoo Finance expert. I can't predict this stuff. But I also can't ignore the data. I can't ignore the fact that there are a lot of question marks as to what the short-term future holds, meaning the next few months, right? I don't know what the Fed's going to do in May. I don't know what the inflation reading is going to come out as when CPI comes out, right? I just don't know. I don't know if we're in a recession. I don't know. There's a lot that I don't know. I don't know what the jobs report is going to look like. I don't know what the Fed's going to do. But what I do know is that the signs are there, that there could be more pain ahead. Let me tell you guys the most important thing as well. That trend line that we had on the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ, we broke it. We reached lows in January, and then we retouched those lows again in both February and March. Now, the month of April, we broke those trend lines. We are no longer there. We have broken below those trend lines, which is a terrible, terrible sign. I'm going to look right here. S&P 500 was at 4,173. We broke it. Right now, the S&P 500 is at 4,131. Not a good sign. We have officially broken that low trend line, which means we could go lower. It's not good. Let's look here. Looks like the NASDAQ, the low in March, the lowest we've seen on March 14th, 13,046. Today, the NASDAQ broke 13,000. We were at 12,854. Woo! Holy cow. It doesn't look good. It doesn't look good. And I have to call it out. I have to call out what I see, right? This is what I'm seeing. So I'm sharing it with you. This is not a bear video. I will always be long-term stocks. I will always have money in stocks. But God damn it, I cannot ignore the signs that I am seeing. So now let me just go ahead and bring this all full circle, right? And it's extremely important that you guys understand this. Number one, you've got to let go of your emotional attachment to these stocks. You're just here to make money. It doesn't matter if you love the company, if you believe, it doesn't matter. If it's not a good company, you've got to get the hell out. So now let me bring this all full circle, right? Because if we do end up being in a recession, if we get a recession, if inflation has not slowed down, if the Fed continues to be hawkish, what do you think is going to happen to these crappy, speculative, non-profitable stocks? I know. You think there's no way in hell they can fall lower. They're already down 80%, Echoes. They're already down 70%. How much worse can it get? This is capitalism. It can get worse. These stocks can die. And I'm here to tell you right now, if we get a recession, if inflation ends up being worse, if Jerome Powell and the Fed continue to be hawkish to fight inflation, a lot of these speculative, unprofitable companies that you guys are in are going to go lower. They're going to die. And you're going to continue to get punished. So what am I going to say? The same thing I've been saying for the last few months on this channel. You've got to get out. Get out. Stop the bleeding. Haven't you suffered enough these last few months? You all have been suffering since December. Haven't you suffered enough? Sell that trash. Start over. It's okay. Many of you are young like me. You're in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s. Some of you in your 50s. 50s is still relatively young. It's okay. Sell. Recognize that you made a mistake. It's okay. We all do. I made mistakes. And I got the hell out. Okay? There's some stocks I bought that didn't go too well. And I got the hell out before it got worse. That's what you need to do. Because we do have a heightened chance that we very well could be in a recession. I'm not going to ignore that. That doesn't mean I'm bearish. That doesn't mean I'm running for the hills. That doesn't mean I'm selling all my stocks. But I'm telling you guys, as bad as these trash companies have been, these speculative companies, these Cathie Wood, innovative companies, these spooky alien to the moon Mars companies, as bad as they've gotten, it can get worse. And you could go from losing 70% of your money to losing 100% of your money. You can lose it all. And somebody needs to tell you, stop buying Tattooed Chef, The Honest Company, Voyager Digital. It's all these YouTubers who keep making YouTube videos about these garbage stocks, telling their followers about it and encouraging them to buy the dip. Stop. Stop. It's not cool. It's not. And then these are the same people who are going to call everybody toxic and start getting sad and complaining and, oh, woe is me, when they start getting absolutely destroyed in the comments. You're the one who kept telling people to buy Tattooed Chef when it's been on a downtrend for an entire year. Go look back at the chart. Let's go look at Tattooed Chef. Okay? I mean, enough is enough, goddammit. Like, I'm sick of this. You look at the 1 year chart. Looking at it right now. It's almost May. For May of 2021 to now, Tattooed Chef has been downtrending ever since. And guess what? It's all the way down at $8. And a lot of people think it can't go lower. No, it can continue. Get out. Rebuild, not rebalance, not retool. Rebuild your entire portfolio. I promise you the market will come back. I promise you Apple, Microsoft, a lot of these great companies will come back. But the speculation trash, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the end game of this YouTube grift that everybody was a victim of. And I'm here to tell you right now, you're not an idiot. You're not dumb. You're not naive. You're a victim. And I'm trying to save you from no longer being a victim. Get out of the clutches of these cults. Leave the cult. Come to the good side. Leave the dark side. Come to the good side. And start buying companies with a real future that are actually going to generate cash flow, earnings, profits, that are going to do share buybacks, maybe even pay dividends, even though I don't care about that, but you get the point. Come to the good side, y'all. I'm welcoming you with open arms. So what's the main point of this video? Again, this is not a bearish video. I just want to be realistic. I can't just be bullish all the time because that wouldn't be realistic for you guys. That wouldn't be fair. When you clearly see signs that things aren't looking good and I just ignore and just say, oh my God, everything's going to the moon. Just buy it. No. I'm telling you guys what's happening. Things could get really, really bad. I'm still a buyer of stocks. I will always be a buyer of stocks. It doesn't matter because the free cash flow that I get from my job and my other sources of income, whatever, has to go somewhere. I'm not just going to let it sit in the bank and get eaten by inflation. My cash has got to go somewhere. And God damn it, I choose to put it in stocks and a tiny bit in crypto. And that's my plan. And it's worked out for me so far. I think it'll work out for me in the next 5-10 years from now. And that's what I'm saying. Rebuild that portfolio. Get out of the trash. I'm sorry I had to go on this rant, but I don't know what else to do anymore. I'm trying so hard to save you guys from what could happen because, like I said, if we get a recession, a lot of your stocks are going to zero. They're going bankrupt. They're going to get delisted. They're going to get freaking delisted. And you're going to be in a situation where these companies are doing so bad financially, they're not going to be able to recover and make a comeback. And then that's when the real rioting, social media rioting starts. That's when the comments get real toxic and ugly because everybody's losing a crap ton of money. But if you're holding index funds or you just buy the S&P 500, you're holding up well. Even if the S&P 500 goes down 20%, right now it's down 12, 13%. Even if it goes down 30, 40, 50%. Even if it goes down 20%, right now it's at 13%. Even if it goes down 20%. You will still be holding up better than majority of the stock market. Most of the individual stocks will be getting absolutely demolished if the S&P 500 goes down to 20%, which is a complete bear market. And I'm just trying to save you guys from that, okay? That's what this channel is about. Healing and saving. A lot of you guys are victims. You got tricked by these YouTube grifters, and I am here to save you from, I guess not save you, but I'm here to warn you. There you go. I'm a warner. Here to warn you of what could potentially come. And the fact that I've been preaching on this channel for months that a lot of these YouTube stocks are never, ever coming back. Some of them will. Very few of them will make a comeback and become a blue chip company and legit do their thing. But the hard part is there's thousands and thousands of stocks in the stock market. There's no way. The probability of you predicting that is against you. And listening to these idiots on YouTube who know nothing is going to make your odds actually even less. Because you're probably better off picking stocks than they are because they're complete idiots. Okay? So there you guys have it. That'll go ahead and conclude. Today's video. This was a state of emergency video, and I want to get this out today on Sunday before Monday so you guys can get your plans together. Okay? Let go. Let it go. I know it hurts to accept that you lost all your money in speculative stocks, but it's okay. You just got to let it go. You've got to let it go, and you've got to move forward. You can't hold on to the past because if you let that past stay with you, it's only going to get worse. It really is. And if we get into a recession, Jesus, you thought you've seen pain. No, you ain't seen pain like you've seen if we actually really are in a recession and the Fed gets hawkish and inflation keeps going up. I don't think you all understand how historic of a moment this could be. It could get really bad. Get out. Please get out. Now, I want to be very clear. I know this is the end of the video, but I just want to make sure I am extremely crystal clear. I am only saying that you should get out of all the speculation and the trash. And you should only get out of it if it makes up a huge percentage of your portfolio. If speculation and trash and innovation and Kathy Wood space alien mystical stocks make up like 50% or more of your portfolio, then you do need to get out. In my opinion, of course. But if they only make up like 5 or 10% of your portfolio, then that's way different. You have nothing. I have nothing to say. I'm just specifically talking to the people who bought straight YouTube stocks and never bought anything good. And your freaking largest holding is Tattooed Chef and freaking Shift Technologies. That's all that I'm saying. During this, whatever it's called, I don't know if it's a recession. I don't know if it's a fake recession. I don't know what it is. I'm just going to call it fear cycle. During this fear cycle, I will be consistently buying the dip in stocks. Consistently. Like every day. Putting a tiny bit of money. It could be $25 here, $50. Whatever amount of money I want to invest for that day. I'm buying stocks every day while we're in these fear times. I don't care if they go lower. As a matter of fact, I hope they go lower so I can buy more. Please, Apple, go lower. Please, VOO, go lower. Please, Microsoft, go lower. And please, for the love of God, Costco, go lower. I've been waiting to buy more Costco. Please. If these stocks go lower, that will be a gift. So during this fear cycle, I will be continuing to buy the dip. That is my plan. But the main point of this video is it is time to get out of the trash and the speculation. That is the point of this whole video. Buy the dip in great companies. Don't put all your money in at once. Just tiny amounts every single week. And stick to the good companies because these fear times are the best times to make a lot of money over the long term. But I can't say this enough. The speculation stocks, 90% of them are never coming back. Should have never been in the stock market in the first place because they're just not good companies. But unfortunately, these companies have been able to trick retail investors by telling you, look at our growth numbers. So-and-so gave us an award, blah, 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 blah. This is why I tried to teach real investing here. You have to learn how to evaluate a company's fundamentals. You can't get tricked by these news headlines or these articles or the Motley Fool articles or these YouTubers who say things that sound good. Like Jeremy saying, oh my God, Tattooed Chef is expanding all these stores and blah, blah, blah. But forgot to tell you that Tattooed Chef had specific growth numbers for 2021 in their 2020 presentation. And they didn't even beat the growth numbers that they projected for themselves in 2021, even though they expanded to 9,000 more stores. And I don't want to say the mean words, but let me tell you what Wall Street calls us. These type of investors who don't pay attention to any presentations or any 10K reports or actually really take time to evaluate a company and spend more than 5 minutes reading. Those type of investors who don't do that, on Wall Street, they call us unsophisticated investors, aka dumb money. I'm trying to save you guys so that you're not dumb money, and instead you can be smart money and you can actually understand if a company is a good company or not. Instead of being tricked by the YouTube, oh, let's smoke us for flipping my flapjacks. Hey, everybody, stock mohair, and I'm going to put $20,000 in the Neo with your YouTube revenue money. Look at my Tesla cat over there. Hey, everyone, meet Kevin here. Today I'm going to be buying Robinhood. And that's the trick. You can't get fooled by that. You've got to do your own research and you've got to learn. And trust me, I am going to start. I know this video is super long. I'm sorry. I am going to start doing more analysis on stocks so you guys can really understand how to evaluate this stuff. Because believe it or not, when I do analysis on stocks, it takes a long time to do. It takes hours. Sometimes it even takes days because I have to go back and look at all the financial reports. I have to look at their investor presentations. I have to look at their history. I have to look at some news, like what the company was doing in the past management. There's so much to look at, but that's what this investing thing is. It is sophisticated. It's not easy. And that's the key. And unfortunately, a lot of people became victims to the YouTube grifters. And I'm here to tell you right now, We have reached the end game. It's over. And when this is all said and done, a lot of people are going to go from losing 50% of their net worth, 60% of their net worth, to losing 100% of their net worth. Because if we get a recession, these stocks are done. They're running out of business. They're going bankrupt. It's over. And so I hope you guys got a lot out of this. And that'll go ahead and conclude today's video. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.